Welcome back to Inferno Red series on the Hololens. Today I'm joined by Matt Wilhelm, who he's been digging into building actual applications with the Hololens, and today he's going to give us a sort of 101 tour of how to debug and how to deploy applications to the Hololens. So can you kick it off for us, Matt?
Sure. Thanks, Lee. So debugging on the HoloLens is a lot like debugging any Windows 10 device because it runs Windows 10. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure that your device is on and connected to your network. And then you're going to plug your IP address into Visual Studio. So you might have to pair your device ahead of time, and there are instructions to do that. They're available on our website and also on the Microsoft website. So once I get my IP address here, I'm going to plug that into Visual Studio directly into the project properties, just like you would for any other remote machine. So this is the same as debugging for doing remote deployment to a phone or another laptop or an IoT device, for example.
Or an Xbox even.
Yeah, or even an Xbox, right? So once that's in there, you literally just F5 deploy, press play like you normally would, and you wait for it to compile and deploy.
This usually takes about 15 minutes, right?
Yeah, right. So while that's deploying, actually, I'm going to show you, Microsoft has also provided a debugging portal that runs on the HoloLens that you can connect to from your laptop that gives you a lot of really useful information, including live media capture. You can see logs, you can see processes that are running, you can see the three-dimensional view of what the HoloLens is seeing in its space as a wireframe. You know, there's a number of different things in here that are really, really helpful for debugging when you're moving around in space.
That's really cool, and you're actually seeing basically there's a web server which is being run from the device on your head right now. It's like
right,
a web
exactly.
server, and you're connecting to that wirelessly. Cool.
Exactly, and yep, it looks like we're ready here. So I've hit this breakpoint, and you can see that we're debugging now. So the application that I'm going to show you right now for this demo is a little demo application that we put together that shows using two-dimensional and three-dimensional views inside of the same app. And as you can see here, what I did is I took the standard Direct3D template that comes with the HoloLens development tools that you install into Visual Studio, and I've essentially added a two-dimensional XAML view to that. So you can see I've got my shaders are in here. I've got a DirectX helper, camera resources, a few static classes, standard types of things that you would see, and all that came with that template.
And that's the kit that comes where it spins the cube around, right?
Right.
So
yeah, that's the cube.
Right,
if anybody has run that and just press play, the only thing that I did differently here was I created a main view, and I told the app.xaml to launch the main view as the main view of the application. And as you can see in the main view of the application here, I just have a basic grid with stack panel. I've got 3 buttons in there that have click handlers, and we're going to handle this DirectX click. So if I go ahead and place my application, and you can see I got my 3 buttons over there, and I just click that button right there, then this event handler is going to file, and that click is just like any other click that you would do for any app. So
the API says click, but technically in this case it's one of these gestures on the HoloLens, right?
Right, exactly. So that's called the air tap for those who are not familiar yet. And what Microsoft has done a great job of combining all of these different input APIs in order to make that a pretty good developer experience. So if it was an Xbox controller or a mouse click or a touch on a screen, for example, they all register through the same APIs and through the same click handler. So it's the routed event argument, right? So as you can see here, my event handler is fired, and I'm creating a new DirectX view source. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new view inside of the core application, and then I'm going to bind that and use the application view switcher APIs to launch that view just as if you were to launch a second view for a second window for any other basic UWP application. And if I let that run through, then you will see that I've got a spinning cube in front of me. And what happened here was that we left the two-dimensional shell and have entered an immersive three-dimensional experience. So unfortunately, at this point, the mixed mode 2D and 3D experiences are still fairly limited on the HoloLens development kit. But it is a dev kit, and hopefully that's going to change, and there'll be some updates from Microsoft in the future that will really allow you to take advantage of that. So that's one way that we can show how you can swap that space. Some other options include building an actual completely three-dimensional immersive application, and then rendering your 2D experiences inside of that. That's fairly easy to do in Unity, or you can do that. You can build that from scratch in Direct3D, or there are some other tools that would make that fairly feasible. So that's the basic of the demo.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Matt. I really appreciate you showing that off, and I hope you'll join us in a future video where we'll get in a little bit more depth about Unity, the tool that Matt was talking about there. So thanks for joining us.